Red Sentai Ranger has just finished, and I'm still not done it. Regardless, we've had quite a few bangers this anime season. Solo Leveling Season 2, Okitsura, Zenshu. And before we go into this super-powered, cool Gatchaman Power Ranger-like anime, I'm gonna hold myself back a bit and move on to a show that maybe a lot more people have heard about. And this is Sakamoto Days. Oh, I remember how much sparks and controversies and concerns we've got about this show. There was so much hype and speculation before it even aired. And so I brought myself to finish watching this anime. But does it truly live up to the hype that everyone was expecting? Nope. But hold up, it's why I'm here and make these videos. Welcome to HKR, where I talk about what I like, dislike, and everything in between about the anime I watch. Then I give it a personal rating, and heads up, spoilers ahead. So if you need a quick rundown of Sakamoto Days, the MC is named Taro and is literally Zijon Week, a great assassin who is now retired due to falling in love with a girl he met at a convenience store. In the present day, Taro's past starts to creep up on him and now needs to balance his family's lifestyle of running a small shop while trying not to die from the hitmen who are targeting him. If you're wondering why this premise might seem kind of familiar, you might be thinking of Spy X Family, but with a lot more violence and darker themes. So right before coming into the show, I had to definitely take in the lens of two different kinds of audiences. Those that read the manga and those that didn't. And particularly for this show, because of all the controversy, I had to understand that sometimes the expectations of those who read the manga are much higher than those that have never seen it before. Therefore, when watching the anime, I tried to enjoy myself as much as possible, looking at stuff like the animation, sound, and voice acting as something completely different than the actual homage to its storyline and characters. And after finishing the last episode, I can definitely see how manga readers might feel disappointed. But it doesn't mean the anime was bad. Let's break down a few points. First one is story-wise. I think the premise and the characters that stood on point was quite faithful. I think it was pretty simple to do, and there wasn't anything wrong with it. The introductory of all our characters with a decent-sized cast are quite dynamic and are stylized uniquely. You can definitely point out the personalities, which are different homages to other characters in anime, which I found quite endearing. The pacing does feel a bit slow, like a gag / slice of life show, but I don't really mind that as much. With a larger cast of pertinent characters, taking the time is necessary to initiate more important plot points in the long run. It kind of reminds me of the style that Katekyo Hitman Reborn was run. Coming around to the audio and sounds, Japanese fans weren't very thrilled with the voice acting, and the opening endings were a hit or miss for many fans. The ones responsible for the opening, Vondi, has made quite a few banger songs recently, but this one really split the fans up. Is it a masterpiece? Or was it a blunder? Who knows, because I personally did not care for it.
Are you kidding me?
Conversely, I thought the soundtrack was awesome. All the beats, the rhythms, the movement, it all smoothly fit into every scene. I don't know, that intro scene with Taro going in, killing all those assassins on top of that soundtrack, it's something that really hooks you in. Finally, let's talk about the animation and art. I know a lot of people and reviewers were very sour about the fight scenes. Everyone was expecting the sky-high, MAPPA level animation, something similar to like JJK or Chainsaw Man, but it's not what we got. People found it quite underwhelming, and that got people really upset. For me, who's also read the manga, I still think that the animation was fine, and it could have been way worse. At least it's not 7 Deadly Frames or Blue Lock Season 2. Sometimes the manga action just translates a lot better compared to animation. And the art feels quite muted but fits the tone perfectly. It definitely reflects Taro's gray zone lifestyle. And the lining art around the characters visually seemed improved. If there was one more thing I'd like to ask for, I wish it leaned harder into the gore and darker elements. That slur's first appearance was definitely something I wanted more of. So I came to a decent conclusion. I'm going to give Sakamoto Days a 7.6 out of 10. If you're an anime-only viewer, you'll probably enjoy this without the manga reader's lingering dissatisfaction. Again, on its own, it's a decent show, but in a stacked season like Winter 2025, it gets overshadowed. Had it released maybe a few months beforehand, it probably could have stood out more. Still, Sakamoto Days is a good watch, but I'm going to reserve my final judgment until the second half. If you're looking for something after the season's top hits, Sakamoto Days might be your fix. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later. Bye!